one of my live stream lectures. And before I get started, I just want to take a moment to thank all of my supporters and everyone for supporting my channel. You know, my YouTube channel truly will not be where it's at today without all of my supporters. So with that being said, let's get on down to today's lecture. You know, the focus of this lecture is I'm on the trajectory path of my journey, getting really close to getting ready to live an extreme minimalistic lifestyle. And I've been living minimalistic now for several years, but now since I'm September of 2025 will make 5 years, I've been in full retirement. I've been doing a lot of things behind the scene to prepare for even more of a minimalistic lifestyle, which is going to tie into removing myself from this matrix. And what I mean by that is I've had a half acre of land that I own cleared. It's been cleared. The foundation has been laid. You know, it's a lot of particulars behind the scene. In order to do that, you know, I paid a surveyor to go out there and do my markers, the survey to mark my land, and then all of it. But then went in, hired more contractor to go in and clear a half acre to get it ready to set my camper out there. I'm so excited. In the middle of the country. The area where I'm going to be living in is a population of a little over 4,000 people. So yeah, I'm really going to be removed from the matrix, in the hustle, in the bustle, and I'm going to live off my land that I have inherited. And but prior to that, like I said, I've been living a minimalistic lifestyle, but now I'm going to get more connected to nature. There we go. And once I get my camper set up out there, it's going to be that camper is going to be anchored. And you're talking about ownership. You know, even now, while I'm waiting to get everything set up, I'll be fully out there within the next few months. I'm just so excited. But when I am 100% removed from this matrix, people, real talk, when that occurs, all the bills I will have in this world will be less than $300 a month, because I own the land, I'm gonna own the camper. Only thing I would have to pay is my property tax or my land. It's a total of 15 acres, but I only had a half acre cleared for my camper. And all of the preparations behind the scene and getting that done, you know, making sure you go through the tax commissioner's office and make sure everything is legit. So when those contractors came out there to clear my land and get everything ready, lay my foundation, no questions. And to see the growth of that project was just mind-blowing. And it just, the area that I'm going to be living at, where I place my camper, you know, I've been spending time every month since May, going out there and meeting people that live in that area. They already know I'm coming out there, establishing those relationships. They already know me. And plus, on my mother's side, she was born and raised in that area. So I've always gone out there every year throughout the years, since a child all the way up until now. But now what make it so special is I'm getting ready literally now to live off some of my land, and that's going to remove me from this matrix. It's so peaceful. I'm going to get to connect with nature, continue to connect with God, and that's going to set the stage for me to continue to be on my trajectory path to go see all of the 7 wonders of the world debt-free. By all grace and glory of God, December 2023, I was in Cairo, Egypt on a guided tour. It was breathtaking to be able to walk inside of the Giza pyramids, the Valley of the Kings, to ride on the biblical Nile River. That was breathtaking. I fully retired September of 2023. In December of 2023, I took my first guided tour to Cairo, Egypt. November 2024, I took another guide to Rome in Italy. And once I get this project completed within the next few months in terms of removing myself from this matrix to connect with nature, to set up my camper, then that's going to set the stage for me to continue on my trajectory path You know, I just recently renewed my passport, so my next guided tour that I will be going on once I complete my project of removing myself from this matrix, from the hustle and bustle, to connect with nature, to live on my land. Once all that is done and finalized within the next few months, then I will contact my travel agent to book my next guided tour to Paris, debt-free people. And I tell anyone, no matter where you at in life, I tell anyone, land ownership is the way to go. You know, it really is, because when you own land, when you own an asset like that, you can clear it, you can put it, you can build on it, or you can put your RV out there or your camper out there. But the key thing is land ownership, and you'll be able to pass that generational wealth down. And it's just power. When I really saw the completed project, when my contractor completed a half acre of my land, when I saw that cleared land, when he set up my foundation, got a foundation on that land for my camper, when I saw it and touched it and felt it, you know, it was power. And to also know that this is something that has been passed down to me and my family for well over 100 plus years. And it kind of like a light bulb went off. That's what it means to pass down generational wealth, when you're passing down assets, when you're passing down land for the next generation. And as long as you pay your property taxes, and it just made me think, you know, ain't no need of throwing away money to build a house on that land. No, I'm gonna connect with nature, get my camper anchored out there. I'm gonna set up where I'm gonna have power, pay utilities. The most I'm gonna have is my utility bill. It comes fully equipped with everything else, and I'm just so excited because this process that I'm on, in terms of becoming a extreme minimalism, also ties into the core concept of my book, Awake Financial Freedom, in terms of controlling your money, mastering your money, being strategic with your money, being intentional with your money, so I can continue to do things like reinvest all of my retirement income that I've been getting for almost 2 years into another retirement account. Hadn't even touched that money in 2 years. Although I'm fully retired, I have other streams of income. I tell people it's power. Rather you're still in the workforce with a W-2, or rather you're fully retired, it is power to have multiple streams of income, where you got money coming in from multiple sources. Some of that money is passive income, like my couple of retirement checks I get every month. Now that's passive, but make no mistake, I had to pay my dues in the workforce. You know, my last 25 years of working in the workforce, I had my company and still got my company simultaneously while I was in the workforce. I retired from state government, state of North Carolina, so retired military, so I get a couple of pensions on those ends. But make no mistake, people, you know, my last 25 years in the workforce prior to me retiring, August of 2023, I simultaneously was making money under my company, utilizing my credential simultaneously for the last 25 years in the workforce prior to me retiring. So when I retired, I still maintain all of my professional credentials. I'm a licensed clinical addiction therapist, so I still maintain my credential. I have a home office, so I'm still generating income under my company, utilizing my credential, and I'm gonna continue to do that. You know, I book my clients 2 days out the week. But the beauty of this now is, by me being fully retired, I can continue to cultivate and to develop and to nurture my company and continue to make money under my credential, like I have been for the past 25 years prior to me retiring. And that's power. You know, that's what I mean by is power in having multiple streams of income. Because in reality, and I'm gonna keep this thing real, I don't know too many people who are in full retirement. I've been in full, September made 2 years I've been fully retired. And I have been able to reinvest 100% of both of my retirement income into another retirement account. Hadn't touched that money in 2 years. And that is because I'm generating revenue under my company, Paris and Social Resource Center, under my credential. And I use some of that money to pay the little bills I do have, which ain't much. And it's spending all the bills I have in the rural once I start my extreme minimalistic living and set my camper up on my land latter part of this year. You know, all of the bills at that time that I'm going to have in this rural, it's going to be less than $400 a month. Currently right now, all the bills I have in the rural right now is less than $800 a month, but it's about to drop even lower than that. Real talk, people. And also, I made it my business prior to retiring. 10 years before I retired, I sat down and I developed a strategic plan to be debt-free prior to retiring in August of 2023. And I met my goal of being debt-free about 3 or 4 years before I fully retired, September of 2023. And I have maintained my debt-free lifestyle since all the way until now. And that's power. And anybody can do this, because I can clearly remember, and I wrote about this in my book. My book hit all major bookstores well over 4 years ago, but I can clearly remember in one of my chapters in my book titled Awake Financial Freedom, where I wrote about how from 2007 to 2012, I was living in financial destruction. That was the driving force of me writing this book, to share my testimony and how God gave me the skills to rise above my financial destruction and to maintain my financial freedom. God gave me the skills way back in 2012 to write my book, to write my manuscript, and the rest is history. You know, I still use my very same book, Awake Financial Freedom, to sustain my financial health, people. It is power when you are debt free. What that does is it gives me more disposable income to continue to invest 100% of all of my retirement pensions into another retirement account. It continues to give me the financial resources to travel this world, to see the 7 wonders of the world. I don't go in debt, people, to do this. And you know, and it gives me the skills when I use my own book as a resource to sustain my financial freedom in 2025. Yeah, in 2025, because I still have responsibilities just like anybody else in 2025. But the difference is, like in 2012, Marie Holiday changed her mindset, and God gave me the skills to master my money, to control my money all the way up until 2025. And the secret to that, world, is do not create new debt. There you go. You can't create new debt. And I knew way back in 2012, when I was living in that financial destruction, I knew I had to come up with a game plan to rise above my financial destruction. If I can do it, anybody can do it. In 2023, October 2023, my manuscript, my book went through a second world-renowned publishing company, Audiobook Network, to transform my already published book into an audiobook. This book here, people, I'm here to tell you, I still use my own book as a resource to continue to maintain my financial freedom. There are so many people, you may be one of them, because I was one of them. There are so many people who are drowning in a sea of debt, who are living it from paycheck to paycheck, borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, living above their means, trying to keep up with the Joneses. That's a lot of people's problem. Scared to go to the mailbox, paycheck gone before they can get it. But I'm telling you, there is a way out. There is a way out. If you have not, I think this book, I don't even keep my publishing company handles all of the particulars and the logistics behind the scene on my book. but I believe my book can be purchased, I believe $12.95 or less. This here, I'm telling you, people spend more than $12.95 when they go to out to eat or go to Starbucks or go to Dunkin' Donuts. This here is a powerful resource because the skills that I gained to write my manuscript, to publish my book, and to control my money, to master my money, to be debt free, to be financially free, I ain't learned none of this in graduate school. I got 2 master's degrees. The only thing college taught me was how to get in debt, how to get in credit card debt, school loan debt, debt after debt after. That's the only thing college taught me. It took me going through financial destruction from 2007 to 2012. Got tired of living like that. Had a spiritual battle with God in 2012, a 24-hour spiritual battle with God in 2012. At the end of that spiritual battle, and I talk about this in one of my chapters, at the end of that spiritual battle in 2012, the transformation of Marie Holiday occurred, and the rest is history. Real talk. So again, I'm so excited as I'm very, very close to getting ready to enter the world, to escape this matrix, and to go live on my land, put my camper on my land so I can connect with God even more, connect with nature, and to continue to travel this world debt-free, to continue to go see the 7 wonders of the world debt-free. And that's what retirement is all about. This process can be attained at any point in your life, but you got to shift your mindset. And you're going to have to sit down and write down some steps that you do to rise above your financial situation. In minimalistic lifestyle, I wish I would have found out about this years ago, but it's never too late. And a really good description of what a minimalistic lifestyle is. Number 1, you escape the matrix, number 1. Number 2, minimalistic lifestyle also ties into spiritual wealth, financial wealth, physical wealth, all of those things. Minimalistic lifestyle ties into shifting your mindset. Minimalistic lifestyle ties into being intentional with your money, being wise with your money, being strategic with your money, all of those things. Minimalistic lifestyle also means protecting your energy. Minimalistic lifestyle meaning to disengage from anything or anybody who's toxic or negative that can have a negative impact on your spiritual and mental health. Real talk. Rather it's a conversation with someone, rather it's being somewhere that's toxic and you know it's toxic, you got to remove yourself from that environment, remove yourself from that place, or rather it's interfacing or communicating with someone who's negative or toxic. Minimalistic lifestyle ties into cutting loose all worldly possessions, real talk, and only keeping items or things that serves a value or purpose for you. Minimalistic lifestyle is also about life experiencing, traveling this world, experiences in life versus amassing a lot of worldly possessions. So I'm just so excited. I'm just a few months away from removing myself from this matrix, set my camper up on my land that I've had a half acre of my 15 acres of my land cleared. I'm going to be able to connect with nature even more, connect with my spirituality even more, and it's going to free me up so I can continue to get ready to call my travel agent to book my next guided tour to Paris. Real talk. Passport has already been updated. I'm just really excited, really in the direction that I'm taking my channel, as I'm going to share more of my experience as I'm on my trajectory path to go see all of the 7 wonders of the world, or do limited live footage when I travel abroad. You know, check out many of my popular videos, my popular ones, actually, if you take a look at my popular videos, I've had so many of my popular videos that have gone viral when I did limited live footage, when I was over in Cairo, Egypt, the Valley of the Kings, the Giza Pyramid, the biblical Nile River in Italy and Rome, the Vatican City, the Roman Colosseum, visiting all of those ancient Roman buildings in Rome. Check out a lot of my popular videos that have gone viral, and specifically with my limited live footage. And I'm just really excited in terms of the trajectory pathway God is going to take my channel. God is the driving force to my YouTube channel. You know, my channel is intended to be thought-provoking, motivational, inspiring, useful information to the world. Rather I do a live footage, or rather I do a short or a live stream or fan noise screaming, I do a combination of many types of published content, but I'm going to always revisit topics on the core concept of my channel, which is that money piece, how to rise above your financial situation, minimalistic living, how to be wise with your money, strategic with your money, and all of the above. Real talk. So again, I want to thank all supporters. I want to thank all of my subscribers. I want to give all grace and glory to God for giving me the knowledge and the skills and the ability to impart my knowledge onto the world. That's all I have. Simplify, simple fidelis, and I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.